Hey everyone, George here, the Disney Family Man. I just wanted to come on really briefly before the video starts to just give you an update on what's going on. Now, within this video, my good friend Holly joins me in a lengthy discussion on her adventure to purchase Disneyland tickets for opening day. And we also go over a lot of the other the challenges and options and everything that goes into purchasing Disneyland tickets for the reopening. And we also touch upon the notion of what dates are still available for ticket purchasing. Now, at the time of filming the discussion, uh, that the two dates that were sold out, which is mentioned in the recording, was opening day of Disneyland, which is April 1st, and no, I'm sorry, April 30th and May 1st, the first 2 days of Disneyland that are sold out. Now, there has been an update to that a lot more other dates have been sold out as well, including June 4th for Disney California Adventure, because that's the opening day of Adventures Campus. So that date is completely sold out. So if you do watch this video, keep in mind that it is mentioned that April 30th and May 1st is sold out, but as of right now, when this video is uploaded, there are other days that are sold out. So definitely check on that if you are looking into purchasing tickets for specific dates that you want. So that's all I wanted to let you know, just as a heads up and an update, and enjoy the video. Hey everyone, George here, the Disney Family Man, coming to you with another video, and I have a very good friend of mine and a friend of the channel, and also co-host on our podcast together, the Grand Circle Tour podcast. I have Miss Hollywood Crawford joining me today. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm still, as I was telling you, I feel like hungover or something from yesterday's activities of trying to get Disneyland tickets. Oh my gosh, I'm just like still in kind of like a blur and wiped out today.
And
Other than that, great.
perfect. And folks, that's what the topic is today for this video, is to kind of pick Holly's brain and to kind of go through the motions of everything that she went through yesterday, because she had posted several pictures and you see her sitting at this desk with all these devices, and I swear if she didn't have mouse ears on, you would think that she was working at mission control at NASA. It was like crazy.
I know, it's so funny. So I'm trying to think, about 8 devices opened because we had the twins' iPads. I had my phone, my husband's cell phone, Simon's cell phone, Simon's desktop computer. So that wasn't even in the picture because I was upstairs in his room. My desktop, I had another like just regular like Kindle. I don't know. It was crazy. They were all going because I'm like, we're getting tickets, is all I have to say. So so yeah, it was pretty. I looked like a lunatic, really. So my husband was like, I gotta get a picture of this. This is insane.
And I'm glad he did, because that was a photo opportunity. So take me through the step, the process. Like, what time did you actually get up and log on to get everything?
Okay. So I knew I wasn't going to sleep, so I actually took like a melatonin so I could sleep, but I still woke up before my alarm. So it was about 6:19. I like woke up and the queue wasn't supposed to open until 8 a.m. But I already know in Disney fashion that everybody's going to be logging in early, just like every time they have like a merch drop or whatever. So I went ahead and logged in from my phone, but it wasn't easy to find. There wasn't just like a link, like, here's tickets. So I actually had to go through the app and then click like the plus sign to buy tickets. And then it took me to the browser. And then it already put me in a queue, but it wasn't like the real queue. It just said, okay, you're in a waiting room. And once the virtual queue actually opens, you'll be placed in the real virtual queue. So I did that on my phone at like I said, like right when I woke up at like 6:19. And then a couple moments later, I walked out and did the same thing on my computer. And then I started just grabbing the other devices through the house. So I waited until
And
8
possibly
o'clock.
and possibly some of your neighbors, because I mean, you probably had everyone's device on the block of what it looked like to me.
So, and in addition, I had already made a pact with Mermaids on Main Street on Instagram that we were going to get each other tickets. Whoever got in first, we were going to get tickets. So her and I started speaking already at that time. She was already logged in as well. And then I woke my sister up. So then my sister logged in on a couple devices. She lives in Northern California. So so we were ready like at 6 something in the morning, all of us. And I didn't log in because I wanted to see if there was going to be a difference, but I can't wait. Like I am the worst. I'm the most impatient person ever. So I waited only for one device, and that was my son's computer upstairs till 8 o'clock to try to get in the queue because I just wanted to see. I didn't want to get, I wanted to make sure I waited till at least 8 o'clock for one device. So um, it was crazy though, because it didn't, I think I think everyone is gonna hate Big Thunder Mountain now because they had that little Big Thunder Mountain diagram with the little, it was so cute. But after looking at it for hours and hours and hours, you're like, go away. I just want to see something else. But it still took me 4 hours before I was able to actually get in to purchase tickets. And that was only on one device out of my 500. So even my sister never got in.
Oh,
I
really?
haven't spoke to her this morning, so I don't know if she ended up getting in later last night. And then my other friend, she didn't get in until I want to say a couple hours after me because I'm sure we knew it was going to crash, right? Like
Oh,
it was
absolutely.
inevitable
That
that
was
was going to.
it's inevitable. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
So, in the middle of it, and it was so sad. I felt like I seriously, my heart ached for people because I couldn't imagine, because luckily I already had my tickets and then the site crashed. So I was actually trying to help somebody else out, one of my friends, by purchasing tickets because I already had mine. So let me see who else I can help out. So I was in the middle of purchasing hers and I was adding to the cart. I pushed submit, put the payment method in, and the screen went completely white. And I'm like, oh no. Was it because like I used her credit card? I thought I did something, but then it just kept waiting and waiting and waiting. And then nothing came back. And that's when it went to the dreaded recalculating
Oh,
screen.
boy.
And that was on everybody's for, I don't even know, at least an hour. Everybody just saw the word recalculating. And
I feel bad for Disney's IT team
oh
because,
gosh.
I mean, they probably had a field day.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even imagine because, and then the recalculating, like, I'm like, what does that mean? Because, okay, so here's the other thing too that was weird to me. It took me 4 hours to get in, which is still good compared to other people. But I did see a few people saying what you told me before we started recording. Oh, it took me 30 minutes, which I don't see how, but I was panicking. I was refreshing every couple minutes, like the availability, because I was going for opening day. Like my heart was set on opening day. And so I kept checking that calendar to see, is it sold out before I get in? And I was really honestly shocked that it took until like 1 or 2 o'clock PM for opening day to be sold out. So I'm wondering, not many people really want opening day like me, or they just
That's
couldn't
what
get
I was
in?
thinking because I known a lot of people that were going on social media saying, "I got my tickets already. I'm good.
Yeah,
I only waited 45 minutes." And
right.
yeah, as you said, the time frame of how long it took for opening day to be essentially sold out, it did ponder the question that all those people that already got in, did they pick dates to avoid opening day?
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking because I spoke to a few people that got in before, and even people that were able to get tickets like a few days ago, the ones that we were totally envious of, they didn't pick opening day either. They wanted May the 4th was a big one, and then June the 4th for Adventures Campus. So those were two big ones. And then I think people just wanted random days that meant something to them, anniversaries, birthdays. Um, later when it's break time for summer break. So I was really shocked that, because in my mind, opening day was like a big deal. Um, so I was shocked that people that were getting in before me weren't picking it. Grateful because that's what day I wanted, but really shocked.
As of right now, during the time of this recording, as far as I know right now, the only 2 days that are completely sold out is April 30th and May the 1st, as far
Okay.
as I know.
And those are the 2 days I got.
Oh,
So I
wow.
got both of those days. Yeah. So I'm really excited. The only thing now I'm like having like, should I have gotten, I didn't do any reservations for DCA and I didn't do park hoppers because I just think it's way overpriced for a
Okay,
park hopper.
and I actually want to ask you of that. That's a good. But let me ask you. So, from the time you started to the time you got your tickets, what was your length of time?
It was right around 4 hours.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
you have to remember that I started at 6 when it wasn't even open. So technically, I think it was like 9:56. I can go back and look at my confirmations, but it's like 9:56 when I got confirmed. So really it was less than 2 hours for me from the time that the queue
So from when you
actually opened.
so when you actually went on the website, did they put you in a queue to be then put in a queue?
Yeah, exactly. So they
Pretty
were
much.
calling it a wait room. So I
Okay.
was in a waiting room until the queue actually opened, which was good because, like I said, but that's why I waited until 8 to do the last one because I was a little bit nervous since I got in there so early that maybe they weren't really going to put me in the queue. Maybe I was going to be stuck in this wait room like at a doctor's office forever. so so
Still
that's why
filling
I
out the
waited for one.
still filling out the paperwork. You're still with the
Yeah.
clipboard.
Exactly.
So now you had mentioned about with DCA and with the ticket prices and everything, because you sent me a screenshot of all the various different types of tickets.
Yeah.
And when I looked at that, I'm like, I feel like I'm in high school trigonometry class
Right.
again, because it's like, so did you have that many options to pick once you were through, or is it
So
just the
it
basic?
it looks really daunting and confusing, but it really isn't. So you just have to look at the calendar and there was a couple bloggers out there that actually took the time and put in the dollar amounts for each day that you wanted to go, which was really helpful. Um, Gothic Rosie is one of them. She did that. I know there's several of them that did that. But basically, you look at the calendar, see what date you want to go, and then look at the tier. So, one of the other dates I picked was my and my daughter's birthday, and that was June 16th. So, that was a tier 3 day because it was a random Wednesday, right? So, I knew that I didn't have to buy the most expensive ticket that day to actually get in for that day. So, that was a tier 3. I think it was, yeah, it was $124 for the one day compared to 154 for a tier 5. But
And
if
that's
you
for a
were,
single day ticket per person.
yeah, and that's not a park hopper, that's one park. Um, but say you just wanted to ensure that you could get in whatever day you decided to book, you definitely want to go with a tier 5 because that will get you in on any day that you want that's available, as well as a multi-day. If you buy a multi-day ticket, that doesn't matter either. The tiers don't apply.
Okay. Huh.
And it's actually, the prices are so much cheaper if you do a multi-day, obviously. But the only problem for like me is I'm not on vacation. So
Right. You
to
just
use,
go down on a whim as being a
yeah,
local.
but like, so a 5 day makes most sense because I have the prices right here. A 5 day non-park hopper was $360. So obviously that's the best deal, but you have 13 days to use all 5 days from the first time you enter a park, which works if you're going to go down there and stay a couple of
But
nights,
you right,
or
but you would have to go every single day
I
with
would have to drive back and forth.
yeah.
Right. So I originally wanted to do at least a 3 day, but you have no idea. I was so panicked when I got into like the system to actually purchase, that I just went for a 1 day tier 5 just so I could get the opening day. And Chris is right behind me, like, no, you talked about it. You're going to get the other day because you're going to. And I'm like, I don't even care. Like, I'm just going. Like, I'm sorry. I know it's more money, but I just wanted to get opening day. And I didn't know how the system worked yet. So I was nervous if I went in there and tried to get like my friend a 1 day ticket and then tried to go back and get me the 3 day ticket. I didn't want to mess anything up. I was so terrified. Like, you should just, I was a mess. Like, I was like doing like breathing exercises. Like, it was ridiculous. And so I just bought the tier 5 because you make the purchase first and then you go in and do the reservations. So it kind of lets you know ahead of time, like, okay, this is still available. What date are you looking at? And then you kind of click on the date, which is deceiving because some people think that they already made the reservation
Mhm.
because you can see the date. So that was confusing. And I had several people ask me about it. I'm like, no, you got to go in still and make the reservation. It wasn't a big deal, but it's a little bit confusing.
I do like the notion, like when you just said that at least they give you that opening date to say, "Hey,
Yeah.
you can go in this one. It's available," rather than click it and then by the time you get through the process, "Oh, we're sorry, this day's sold
Yeah.
out."
Yeah,
You know?
and it still could be because you click on it and it depends on how long it takes you to enter the names and the payment method. It could be sold out technically, but at least, as long as you didn't take 20 minutes to fill out all the information, which you really only had 10 minutes. That's what it said. So the second that it's your turn, it says your time began at say 9:20, right? You have 10 minutes. So you click enter, and then it says um, taking you to the next screen, hold on or whatever. I took screenshots of as much as everything that I could. uh, so then it says you have 10 minutes, which I don't think is accurate because one time I think I took a little bit longer um, to get done. I don't know why. Oh, I think I was trying to pick, I don't know. But anyway, so I don't think that's completely accurate. I think they're just, saying like you have 10 minutes, but if you took 11 or 12, I don't think you lost your stuff.
Yeah, I have seen because I watched Dave from Fresh Baked Live last night, and he was getting a lot of questions and concerns as far as like where they thought, as you said, where they were assuming that they were done once they
Yes.
clicked it, they didn't have to do nothing else, and then that was it. Well, he was explaining, no, there's a little bit of a process that you have to go through. And then he was mentioning something that once you get a confirmation, it's sent to you as like a PDF from Disney, and you have to
Yes.
click on it, and there's like a barcode or something, and that's how you
Yeah.
change it.
So you get two emails. You get one with your tickets. Your tickets still automatically go into your Disneyland app, which is good. But then you get another email with your QR codes for your reservation. So you have to have both of those to get into the park. And the QR codes, as far as I can see, are not on the app. So it looks like I'm either going to have to print those or have those ready to go when we go to the gates. But yeah, it is a little bit confusing if you're not doing your research and really paying attention because it does show you the date. You click on the date that you want to say that it's available. You go through the process. So then the next screen, you're going to enter um, the name after you pick what you want, park hopper, how many days, whatever. Then you enter the name of each person that's going to be using the ticket, and um, and then you go and pay. Well, if you clicked on that date, if you don't really know, then you think, oh, okay, I already clicked on the date, like, or saw the date, I'm good. But then after you're done with your confirmation, then you have to go back to the screen that says park reservations and click on that and then go through the process and make a park reservation. So there was another glitch on the website as well because you're not supposed to have to wait to make a reservation, but people were having to wait. They were having to wait to go back in like they were buying tickets all over again. My friend bought tickets and she waited. Um, she said at 2 a.m. she finally got in this morning to finish her park reservations and she bought the tickets about 2 p.m. yesterday. So I don't know what happened there. If she just was very unlucky, I have no idea because that was crazy just to make her reservations. So
Wow.
yeah. but she didn't want any special days or anything. She just wanted
She just
a
wanted to get a ticket.
she's like, I just want to go to Disneyland. That's it. She's like, I have no specific dates. Like, I'll take whatever. I don't care, but I just want to get my reservations and be confirmed.
I don't
So,
know.
but yeah, so finally at 2 a.m., she said she just happened to wake up and looked and it said 2 minutes left. So she was able to make her reservations at 2 a.m.
Wow.
So, yeah,
So with
definitely
the tickets
crazy.
that you have now, are you planning on getting any more?
Well, I mean, every who knows, honestly, because are they going to come out with annual passes? Because I mean, you look at Disney World and they're still not selling annual passes.
Mhm.
And so there, somebody had posted something on Instagram the other day when they were booking their tickets, because they already had previous tickets, and they went in and I don't know how accurate this is, but and I shared it with you that they said there was a glitch and it showed there was a tab for annual passes to get
Yes,
an annual
yes.
pass, and it had a bunch of different names for the annual passes. So, like I said, I don't know that person personally, so I can't contest to, if they're always posting breaking news that isn't news yet, it's just rumors. I really don't know. I don't know if they took that picture themselves or if it was given to them, what. Um, so that gave people hope that there are annual passes coming, but I mean, who knows if that's
I mean,
true?
in my personal opinion, I think when annual passes do come back, because I know that they will eventually,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be the opposite way. Despite Walt Disney World already being open prior to Disneyland, I think Disneyland will then start dipping their toes back in the annual pass pool, so to speak, because it being such a locals type of park. I
Yeah.
think that would be more
I
easier.
think you're right too. And I'm gonna kind of assume it's gonna be at the end of summer. That would be my assumption because right now they're doing reservations through June, and that's when they're gonna get. So supposedly California is supposed to be open completely June 15th. Does that mean open completely to out of state people coming to theme parks? I'm not sure yet because, we don't, everything isn't always so transparent with our governor here. So I don't know what that means exactly. Does that mean that now you can come and go to Disneyland after June 15th? If it does, then maybe they might hold off a little bit longer. But I would assume after their busy season, when people from Northern California can come down and whatever, and maybe people from other states can come in starting the middle of end of June. So maybe August, September, we might see something. Who knows? Maybe we could see something sooner. Somebody else had mentioned that maybe after this initial rush of all these tickets and they get some money coming in, that then maybe they'll say like, okay, here's the annual passes, which would be really crappy after I
Yeah,
just
after
spent so
you
much
just
money
yeah,
yesterday. But I mean, I was
because
anticipating spending money yesterday and buying tickets, so it is what it is.
yeah, kind of I kind of figured with that
Yeah.
because it's like one of those things that everyone and their grandmother was waiting to
Yeah.
get their hands on Disneyland tickets because it was, as I said before, it was over a year in the making. And I think once Disneyland starts their annual passes, I think first, then that's where they'll implement it into Walt Disney World. Because with the annual passes, they already titled it as a legacy pass holder, and then we're sunsetting this, and then there's going to be a newer type of pass. So I think they already kind of have an idea already implemented for Disneyland, and then possibly see how that'll go, and then reopen the passes for Walt
Yeah.
Disney World.
Yeah, definitely. Um, so it was so funny after I actually like pushed submit after I was so hard for me to enter everybody's names. Like it was crazy. And then I pushed submit and got confirmed for the reservation for April 30th. I screamed so loud. I honestly could not believe that I got opening day. Even my husband was like, he's like, I can't believe you actually got it. He's like, I didn't think there was a chance you were going to get it. He was telling me this last night. He's like, did you think you were going to get it? I'm like, I felt like I was going to get it because I wanted it so bad, but I was worried I wouldn't. I don't know. I'd done a lot of research and trying to see, the best way to get in there and do things.
Well, and
So
then you also probably, weeks prior, you sent out your blackmail chain letters to tell everyone stay off of the site while I'm doing this. So it's
so I had wished that during the process, I would have made more contacts to try to say like, okay, if you get in first. But, we had that one person that we both know that was in like an hour and a half before me, like got in. I don't even know how they got in, like way ahead of me. And they got to purchase tickets. And I'm like, can you please get my tickets? No response. Are you in? Can you buy my ticket? Because it really wasn't a big deal. I thought it was going to be a big process because of the whole, you can only have 3 households. So I thought it was going to be a big process to like enter an address and do all of this, but you literally just write the person's name in. And that person sadly never would answer my question about getting me tickets. But that's okay because I still got tickets, and I was really happy to be able to go ahead and help other people out too. So I was able to get a few other my friends some tickets too.
well, I was watching. I don't know if you're familiar with them. Best Life and Beyond. I don't know if you're familiar with them. That they're California locals, and they actually recorded their whole experience from beginning to end,
Yeah,
and they were just like on edge waiting, and they had
it
other
was so
people on the
bad.
phone like trying to get in before them, and they had like an hour or so out, and then their friend on their phone says, "Oh, I got 20 minutes," and
Yeah.
they're like, "Keep in touch, let us
Yeah,
know."
it was the weirdest thing because like mine, all of a sudden, like once you get the numbers, it's like you just won the lottery. So it goes from over an hour waiting to all of a sudden 58 minutes. And you're like, oh my gosh. And then for me, 58 minutes jumped down to like 20. I'm like, oh my gosh. So then I kept taking pictures because it went so fast once you got the actual like numbers, not just the over an hour. So I was really surprised of how quick it went.
So I'm assuming that the people that waited 7 to 10 hours, they pretty much were sitting in front of their screen for that amount of time in case
Yeah,
if it did jump on. You have to
yeah.
be ready.
I don't know because for me, I kept coming over, come like every couple minutes. Yeah, I just had it up and, had to feed the kids and do things like that. And luckily I told my husband ahead of time, like, you're taking the kids to school today. Like I'm busy because I cannot leave my computer. Um, so yeah, I don't know.
That's like one of the top priorities. It's like getting your reopening Disneyland tickets, but secondary, I have to feed my kids. Like that has to
Right.
come second after that. So it's
See,
like,
exactly. But I saw people that called in sick to work or took the day off because like, and then so the one device which was my desktop is where luckily I'm glad it was a desktop just so I could see it better instead of trying to buy tickets on my phone or whatever. Um, but the other ones didn't come up with times until later. And as I told you, I had to go to a wedding last night. So I was like, what would we have done? Like, what would I have done? And Chris is like, well, I guess you wouldn't have got tickets. I'm like, no, I wouldn't have been at the wedding. Like, he's like,
wait, I'm
what?
sorry. Wait, I just have to stop you for a second because this would have been hilarious if you were in the church or wherever it was, and they say, "I now pronounce you husband and wife," and you shout out, "Whoa! I got tickets!" I'm sorry.
Opening day. Yeah. So I don't know. Like, I honestly don't know what would have happened. I would have been a mess if I had to because Lincoln and Monroe were in the wedding. So we had to get them ready. And like, what would I've done? So I don't know. I'm just,
If you would have missed those tickets, the bride would have been crying, the groom would have been crying, you would have been crying, all for different reasons. So it's
right, right. So I don't know, but I just felt so lucky because the fact that I got in within 2 hours of the queue opening, got my tickets, but I don't even know if I should be saying this on here because I'm probably going to get like hate mail, but I was able to go back in so many times and buy more tickets. Like, I don't understand what happened, how it happened, but every time I would check, I was able to get in. Like sometimes it would just let me in, no wait. It would just take me right back to purchase tickets. Other times it was just like 3-minute wait. So that's when, don't worry, people, I started reaching out. I didn't buy them all for me, but so I started asking people, did you get tickets yet? Let me help you. So,
And remember,
uh,
folks, as she said, the hate mail goes to there, not to this channel. That's Holly underscore Crawford.
but I don't know. I was like, this is so bizarre. And even when so we checked our devices when we got home last night, and most of them still got in. Like one of them was in at like 4:57. The other one got in at like 5:17. Obviously, we missed the time and it said you have to get back in line. But I don't know. I'm like, what in the world is happening that all these people, are they refreshing? Is that the problem? Are they getting anxious and refreshing? Because you can't touch it. You
And
cannot
yeah, that,
refresh.
that's what a common misconception that a lot of people think, that they say if they keep on hitting refresh, it will bring them in. No, if you refresh, sometimes that will push you back further in the queue.
Exactly. And it says on there, do not refresh. So I absolutely did not, until I didn't care. And then I just wanted to see what happened. But yeah, so I didn't touch anything. In fact, it was so funny when I was buying the tickets, because I had several tabs open too. So that was another thing I did. I had three browsers going, three tabs on the desktop, and they all had times on them. I don't know if it was the same one. I have no idea. But um, I was able to use two of those tabs. So I used the one and bought tickets, and then I used the other one and went and got more tickets.
Well,
Um,
I just have to ask you real quick. Is that your pet behind you on the?
on
I
the
see.
couch,
Yeah, on the
yes.
couch. Okay, because I saw Mickey move, and I'm thinking, wow, that's freaky.
Yeah, it's a black poodle, so he's kind of hard to see.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just
he's
saw Mickey because your Mickey was sitting up straight, and then all of a sudden he just kind of like tilted to the
okay. That
side.
would be really creepy. Yeah, because he's really hard to see because he blends in with the couch. That's so funny. You're like, okay, Holly, maybe now I know how you got tickets. Your
Yeah,
house is like cursed.
you have Mickey on your side.
Yeah, so funny. So, um, what else was I gonna say? Yeah, so I got April 30th and May 1st, and I did both of those for Disneyland.
And
Um,
you said you did them separately because you just were
yeah.
in a
Yeah,
panic to get.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I just wanted to make sure that I got April 30th. And then I really wanted May 1st too, because I actually want to stay the night over there and then go both days.
yeah, yeah.
But April 30th was a biggie. So then I went back in um, and bought the
Now,
other.
was that planned for you to just do Disneyland, or was it just you acting on a whim to just get something?
Yeah,
Not
I really wasn't planning on, I definitely wasn't going to do park hoppers because I just wasn't going to pay almost $100 more. I just wasn't. Um, and in my heart, it's Disneyland. And so now I have 4 days. I have 4 parks, and I booked them all at Disneyland. And now I'm like, should I try to change
Well,
one
I
to
will say though,
California?
for opening day, it's only appropriate to be at
Oh,
Disneyland Park. Like, no ifs, ands,
absolutely.
or buts about it.
Yeah, so I don't know, since it's sold out, and I don't know if it's sold out. I think it's sold out at both parks for May 1st. So I think that's pretty set in stone. But I do have two other dates, but the other day I'm taking Chris, so I'm sure he wants to go to Disneyland. And then the other day I'm taking my daughter for her birthday, so I'm sure she wants to go to Disneyland. So I think California Adventure is just gonna have to wait. So
And maybe
um
that would be best to kind of flush out the crowds, get the ticketing system back up, and then probably after the opening of Avengers Campus,
yeah.
that
And
kind of
as
get that
you
crowd.
and I both know, I'm not thrilled about,
Yeah,
like, I didn't have to get opening day for that. I mean, yeah, I want to see it, but it's not on my priority. And I just, if I'm spending a day somewhere, I'd rather it be Disneyland if I can't park hop. And I'm just,
I was cracking a joke to myself, and I'm thinking, yeah, if there's a date that Holly wanted, she wanted June 4th at DCA.
yeah,
That's
exactly. So I know that that was the other big day because that is a big deal for many people, but not for me. Yeah, I want to see it, but I can probably even wait until annual passes come back and I can park hop that way. So I love California Adventure, but a whole day there it's getting easier to spend a whole day there, but it's still
But after
harder.
being closed for over a year, I know you and probably how many other people, they just want to be back in Disneyland. That's
Yeah.
like the main goal
I know a
right
lot of people were so excited and they actually split it. They either did park hoppers or they got 2 days and they did 1 day at California Adventure and 1 day at Disneyland. But I don't know. That's just Disneyland's
now. How the
my
cookie
home.
crumbled there.
Yeah. So that's fine for me.
Yep. And especially that if you do happen to go during the time when Avengers Campus opens at DCA and you go to Disneyland, it may even be more crowded at DCA. So
Right, right.
it will
Even with
affect all
the, because I don't know, because the tiers we're just, dropping down in tiers. So I don't know what by June, I don't know what the capacity limit is going to be at Disneyland. And honestly, they might release more tickets. If the capacity level goes up, there might be more tickets that come out.
it's possible. I mean, until they start dropping the tiers, everyone's going to be dropping the tiers. So, so that
Oh
that's
my God.
that's my Jungle Cruise skipper joke for the day.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
dad joke. I know Chris has been telling a bunch of dad jokes lately, and he's like, "You used to never laugh at my dad jokes. Either they're getting better or your sense of humor is getting worse."
That's funny.
Too funny.
So, was there anything else that you wanted to cover that was
I
part of
don't
your experience?
I don't think so. I just like I feel really, really lucky that I was able to get those tickets. I feel
Especially
really
for
bad.
opening day, especially for
Yeah. Oh my
opening day,
gosh.
that was
So
that
I was seriously like a mess the rest of the day. Like I don't know. I just couldn't believe that we got opening day. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to wear now? So now that's the next big thing. What are we going
yeah,
to wear?
now you have to pick out your wardrobe for the 2 days, yeah.
Well, we know I have plenty of ears now, right? So now it's just deciding which ears I'm wearing and which lounge fly. So yeah, so that's the next big obstacle trying to figure out.
And that's sort of kind of like how I am. Like I am telling myself, "Oh, I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go." But I still have those theme park pass reservations for October 1st at Magic Kingdom, and they're like
Hmm.
staring at me. And you and I share the same My Disney
Yeah.
experience. You
So
can
I
too.
see it all the time.
Yeah, you see it all the time. So it's like staring at me, and I'm thinking, "No, I'm not going to." But probably 9 out of 10, I will probably go down just to say that I was there for
Right.
the 50th anniversary day.
I know it like I was when I was talking to my sister after I called her a couple hours after I calmed down and I'm like, "Do you know like how awesome this is going to be?" And I even just get emotional even just talking about it. I was like, "We have to be there when they first open. Like we have to be there opening." And when we first walk on Main Street, you know they're going to have all the cast members out there lined up with the Mickey gloves on, like saying
Mhm.
welcome back. Like,
Oh, I could imagine what it's going to be like, and
yeah.
I hope that you can get some video footage or like go live or photos or something because I would
Yeah,
love to
I
see.
plan on it. I just it's gonna be it's gonna be crazy. And that's why I'm actually glad I booked 2 days back to back there because I think the first day is gonna be like I'm not even gonna be with it.
No,
It's
no,
gonna
I
be
think
surreal.
honestly, even if you only get on, if you even get on any rides, I think it's just the experience and the presence of being back in that park.
Right.
Just like you'll probably just stand at the end of Main Street staring at Sleeping Beauty Castle for 2 hours. Like just
Right. Yeah. So that's why I'm actually glad that we're doing it again the next day. So then the next day I can be like, oh yeah, I gotta eat today. Oh yeah, let's go on a ride. I don't know. So I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna be,
or
but
it's like, or when you get to the hotel, it's like, wait, did I go to bathroom today? I can't
right.
remember.
Exactly.
I have this sudden urge to pee.
I know. I guess I just I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna do anything special, but I just
It would be nice
know.
if they actually have like a welcome back set of ears or like or something that
Right? I don't know. I hope they do. I really hope that they do something special like that. That would be really awesome. But I already know that because we've seen it that they're gonna have the cast members out there welcoming you back. And if I don't cry, I will be shocked because just talking about it,
Oh,
I get all teary.
you'll cry. You'll cry.
Because honestly thought when we went to Magic Kingdom in January, I was going to cry, but I didn't. But I guess because it's not Disneyland, I don't have that emotional attachment to Magic Kingdom. So I don't know. It will be so great. I'm just
Well,
so
now
excited.
your first day, is Chris going with you, or is it just yourself?
No, my sister and I. So
Okay.
that's even really cool because my
Okay.
sister
Well,
lives in
have
Northern
your
California.
sister hold your phone or your camera,
I know, and
and
record.
I want to see that Kodak Hallmark picture moment. And it's probably just going to be you just standing there sobbing. And
Right. I know because I don't know if you saw Panda's video when he walked in at Christmas time. So he had been to Magic Kingdom prior, but I don't know if you watched at Christmas time, but I cried watching Panda's video of himself walking into Magic Kingdom at Christmas because I think he fell to his knees and he was crying.
oh well,
And
no, I didn't see that one.
yeah, and so either he like bent down or I don't know, but I was like, "Oh my
Well, and
goodness,
I
just
even remember when you messaged me when I uploaded the video when I took Jess down in October.
yes.
She got to ride the Skyliner for the first time, and the excitement. And you just messaged me and you said, "I just got teary eyed just by
Yes.
watching her reaction on the
I know.
Skyliner."
See, I get like that. Like it's so funny. It's like a joke in this house. Like anytime there's any sort of emotion on a commercial or a movie or whatever watching, the whole family looks at me like, "Are you crying yet?" Like I'm like, "Whatever." So yeah, I tend I don't know, I just have a lot of like empathy and sympathy and so I know like how people are feeling and how
how you
yeah,
lean in on their emotions.
exactly. So I feel like what they're feeling and the excitement and the joy, and I know what that's like. And yeah, yesterday I screamed so loud, and Chris was like, and he just like smiled at me. And then like I looked again, and then my eyes got all teary, like thinking, wow,
You're,
I
you're
we
you're the
actually did it.
you're the live action version of Inside Out.
Yeah, all the emotions. Yeah, because right before, gosh, started blah 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 blah, trying to get in. So he was trying to actually record me, and he said he sent me a video. So he did record part of the process. So I haven't even looked at it yet. But he's like, "Why weren't you screen recording this whole time?" I'm like, "I don't know. I can't think of things like that right now." So yeah, so we wished that we would have screen recorded, but whatever. I don't care
It
anymore.
may have broken the speakers, but it would have been nice.
Right?
You never know. Uh,
So funny. I know at one point I was like, I can't type right now. I'm like, here, type this. And he's like, I'm not touching anything.
oh
I'm
yeah,
not going
because
to be.
God forbid if something would have messed up, you
Yeah.
would have went from sadness to anger in a click of a
He's
finger.
like, I'm not going to be responsible for messing anything up. So funny. Too smart.
Well, I want to thank you for coming on and sharing your
Yeah.
story and the process, and I can't wait to actually see you back at Disneyland for the first time in over a year. I mean,
I
that's
know.
just mind boggling.
I
Over a
know.
year.
I cannot wait. So excited. And what's even better is it's 2 weeks. Like
Yeah.
it's not
It,
like I bought
no, months
tickets and I have
away.
to wait 3 months. It's 2 weeks. So
Yeah.
oh my gosh. Yeah.
Your countdown has officially begun.
Yes, definitely. And then we're going to Universal Studios next weekend too. So I have some
So
good
you have
stuff
some
planned.
things to look
Yeah,
forward to along with it.
exactly. Super
That's
excited.
great. Well, again, thank you for joining me today. You could find Holly and myself on the Grand Circle Tour podcast for our weekly shenanigans, I'll call them, because
Yeah.
that's exactly what they are. I mean, we try to act professional here, folks, but at the end of the day, you just get shenanigans, especially with me. So definitely like this video, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and remember, as always, stay healthy, stay safe, stay Disney. Bye, everybody.
Bye.